culture. Polemic cannot occur. I say no Joe. No Joe.
Sierra Leone. Push. You ma killer this is for you them. Hope for you say.
This ain't not a kush. No, not a kush. No, not a kush. Oh yeah. I can feel them. What are they on me eye? We are the see me sister them. They die in the street. Oh. Me I can feel them. When you they see me brother them in the streets. Yeah. Some they link they not. Some lay down a guts at the sleep. Oh. So when I ask them, tell me say na kush. Nike pull roll and son of them food. They prefer for left the house, them gonna get so all day they kush. Oh yeah, say not a kush. Me brother don't want before him them. Say not a kush. So we they use the old age man youngest. Say not a kush. Youths them just they die. Say not a kush. Sorry we say not a cushion. Hey, push for die. We say not a cushion. Papa government help we are. Say not a cushion. Hey, push for die. Say not a cushion. Hope for you to say, is it all? Hello. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Mifambulem, I hope say any house on a fenuna serve, I hope so na do well. I hope that life has been good, the week has been good, you know, life has treated you extremely well, I hope. Last week, we not being able to sit down here for months on anything because, you know, I had a family commitment that was extremely important to me and my family. And unfortunately, we also not being able to get a replacement for take on the spot as the person waiting for the or the people that waiting for don't sit down and take on, fill that gap or that void today. Then self equally being get dedicated commitments them at the same time. However, I hope say maybe in your moments of maybe missing us or not having the show come on live, maybe when I go back to past episodes, them, you know, ponder, rethink, you know, about different things them way we don't talk now, so we don't talk a lot, and even as I sit down here, so already I don't begin to do a reflection because the 28th will be our last show by God in power of this year 2024, and already things that we get one more show for go before that show day. I am already reflecting, I'm already thinking very hard about what that's going to look like. So there is a lot that we don't talk about. Sorry, I seem distracted. I just looked at my phone and my mom is calling me. Yes, me self get mama. And my mama they call me. And so it's a bit distracting for me because I can see she's calling and I'm not able to pick up because I'm live right now, but I will get back to her because we don't play phone tag for the past 2 days. She called, I miss her, I call, she misses me, so we don't play phone tag even up to this afternoon. So I look at the time in the salon right now or wherever she is, and I'm saying, oh, she's still really trying to get a hold of me, but hopefully in between takes I'll be able to send her a message to say I'm fine, right? Parents never sleep, neither slumber for them picking them not to so. A lot don't happen, a lot they go on right now na the land, and confusing messages, confusing feelings, and what have you. But all I can say is that may I just take the time to say kudos to you out there. For we waiting here, so life can be hard, life can be hectic, but we tell God thank you, at least something in the way we're not strained for. But for una way they under, for the majority, a lot of things in the way, even though they are basic, they are considered luxury to you all. They are considered luxury to you all. So for your strength and for your resilience, may I say kudos to you all. Now, few things then they were one touch on, and most of them things they are so honestly, una already don't know but them, una already don't hear but them. I'm sure others may have even touched on it and things like that. But excuse me, I don't think I don't ever yawn like this openly on a broadcast. That should tell you how tired I am. But the show must go on, and we will do what we can to survive the next 2 hours. Like I've been they say, everything where they can talk about now, so I don't already know. I want to actually start off with saying, Nayaso Asidom and me, if I put out a challenge, and I challenge fiercely, and I see, if not 100% result, but I see some form of results, right? However later the action is, I need to acknowledge that. And so that is why I will also, maybe before I sit down inside the show proper, also acknowledge the repatriation of our brothers and sisters in Lebanon. I don't know how the government did it. I don't know if it was done through HMO, right? The International Humanitarian Assistance or Repatriation, or in collaboration of maybe other agencies, them like the UN, the other organization we I mentioned, Amnesty International, all of these other, Oxford International. Sometimes these organizations can come together and they can get an emergency, rescue. They call it emergency rescue, right? I not get time for go into the details of who and who that then have been the actors or stakeholders then will make this happen. But what I can say is that for the mere fact that they came together, because now this same chair sit down on a Saturday when I call on the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Timothy Kaba, and say, listen man, this is your job. These are your brothers and sisters. This portfolio not fall under anybody else's responsibility. It fall under your responsibility, so do something. And so if I notice something has been done, the onus is upon me directly to come and say, however or whichever way that thing they happen, I don't need to know the details. What I saw was Sierra Leoneans, my brothers and sisters, of one soil coming back home, whole, not in pieces, not in a box, not unaccounted for, but they were coming home. So I want to tell all the actors and stakeholders we make this happen. I want to tell them boku thank you, because it is a ginormous task, okay?
then thing they also repatriation not too easy thing. I don't be part of repatriation for because of the nature of my job for a while, right? So Sudan, Canadians in Sudan, during the Arab Spring, Canadians in every parts of those places, whether be it Turkey, whether be it Morocco, whether be it Syria, you know, whether be it Yemen, you know, Afghanistan, Ukraine, Russia, you name it, you know, the Tigray region, right? Eritrea, the Tigray region, Congo. I can go on and on and on and on. Repatriation is not an easy thing. It's a ginormous task for governments to pull off. And knowing what goes into it, the sleepless nights, round the clock working, around the clock collaboration, where it take for make that happen. Like I said, I don't care to know the details. It has happened and I have to recognize the effort seen in action. So kudos to all man way up for bring we 41 you know, we more than 41 actually, a lot of Sierra Leonean repatriated now. For the one that we still did it, I know that there is a ceasefire. I'll continue for big and talk to the players and the actors and the stakeholders, then make them not forget the one them we left there. Make them try. It is our responsibility to make sure say we not left a single air, a single pin, a single air, not the ground, a foreign soil. So make we try and bring we people them back. Better make them eat born crow than them people they don't know who say you buy it them. Not to show. You better make them eat born crow. Now the mama and papa then osh. Now the side who side and navel them bury than them people they don't know who you buy it them. So moving on to another topic. Moving on to another topic. I want to talk about this thing as so but people they don't talk about but the way I hear people and talk about for me is cements actually the thing where if una know me waiting I don't they talk about say violence against women, hostility against women, in as much as there is data absolutely to show and to back evidence, to show and to back the fact that it is most often done by men on women, woman to woman violence is also very high. It's on the rise. And I'm a little bit afraid to say that it is becoming a norm. It is becoming an acceptable fact, a norm, an acceptable phenomenon. And if a society don't reach that point where it is okay for an individual to lay hands on another individual, to assault another individual, especially that of the same gender, not that of the opposite gender, is acceptable. No form of violence, no form of aggression is ever acceptable. But if we don't reach that point where this now they look like for say it is okay, it is acceptable, I think we have missed the mark. I think collectively we ought to look at ourselves in the mirror and begin ask ourselves some serious questioning. I dey see a name na YouTube Isata. Isata, is this the same Isata I met at a party in Ottawa? If it is you, just comment yes. If it is you, comment yes, because I don't dey look for you for a while now. Personally, I wanted to give you a call. I actually I not say this. I actually wanted to give you a personal call and speak to you, and what have you. So if not the same Isata where I meet na a function, I was emceeing a function in Ottawa, and we met, and you came up to me, you told me how you watch my show and everything, and what have you. If this is you, comment yes, it's me. And if you have my contact, get in touch. Okay, get in touch. If you do not have my contact, send a message and I will get in touch. All right, if that's the same Isata. So like I've been they say, I been not a little, I was grossly disappointed by the comments them way I see. Now the social media spaces them about this incident. Okay, it's not her. About this incident, with the current Minister of Tourism and the former Deputy Minister of Finance. So Tunis versus Lavalley. I believe say the incident take place in a state house allegedly. I'm not sure. I go read a little bit of what I know before I give on my comments and my thought process on this. Okay. I will read a little bit. So Minister of Tourism Nabila Tunis made a first public appearance wearing a neck brace, sparking widespread speculation about the alleged physical altercation involving Patricia Lavalley, the former Deputy Minister of Finance. The incident reportedly occurred at State House, though detail about the cause of the confrontation remains unclear. This has caused widespread speculation about the seriousness of the alleged altercation between the two, as Minister Tunis appeared in public wearing a clavicle collar, indicative of neck injury requiring medical attention. Meanwhile, Lavalley is reported to have been admitted to a hospital. The incident has triggered significant public and media interest, with many questioning the circumstances leading to such a dispute between two high-profile government officials. As more details emerge, the public awaits clarity on the nature of the altercation and its broader implication for governance and inter-ministerial relationships in Sierra Leone. So, I know they day, you know they day, except somebody there so we been they day. Up until now, the details of what actually happened on that fateful day at State House is still very sketchy. What we get for understand, there was an argument between the two ladies. This argument escalated to violence, wherein one crossed the boundary of decency, crossed the boundary of statesmanship, allowed the emotion them for carry them over and became physical. So this physical altercation led to a tussle between the two ladies because one person slapped the other person. I no go tell una who that slap who that, but I think say the picture go tell una who that slap who that. But like I say, for me, waiting really I'm disappointed because listen, we've all been pushed beyond our limits. We've all been pushed beyond our limits, but the ability to resist, the ability to self-control, the ability to walk away, the ability to maybe be verbal, because see me where they so mean I'm the queen of shade. I can shade you left and right. And plus, it not help that me I get Creole blood inside me. So it means that I can even shade you in a form of a compliment and you wouldn't know that I am shading you. Before you dey make up, you go don't tell me thank you done before you make up, say, this one, that thing will tell me so bad awful. But me don't work I go before. There are different ways to fight a battle without being confrontational, without being physical. But for me, like I said, the one thing which shocked me the most and the one thing which I find very disappointing is that waiting I find at the media spaces, and this comment here so. Now, woman, them in the talk this comment here so, and that is when I said to myself, our salon we not ready yet. We honestly not ready yet because a woman them they say and say yes. Where you mistake, public failure and a public correction. And I go slap you back to correctness. That was what was going around. She was being slapped back to correctness. How is this ever justifiable? But you see, waiting me find, because I peruse the social media space, and waiting me find interesting in this is that while these women were applauding the action of another woman being physical on another woman, these are the same women where go can sit down, they talk about women are not being given space, women are not being respected, women are being physically attacked, women, there is an increase in violence against women. There is a this, there is a that, there is a that. All pointing towards violence against women. But, where they sit down, they point this same finger also. Now, na the same very one where they battle somebody, where they do the very thing, una go can sit down, come back and can point finger at. So if there is no seriousness amongst you people, how would there be seriousness against the opposite gender? If seriousness not there among we the woman then, when among we self, if we do something bad, we not go call and say na bad, we not go condemn them. Where were the press statements? Where was the 50-50 group? Where's the press release of the 50-50 group? Where's the press release of 232? Where is the press release of whatever women Sierra Leone? Where the press release condemning this? If na man slap another woman, so all go don't can make press release them. So when I press release them, they're not viable, they're not actionable anymore. They are no longer useful when it's a woman exerting violence against another woman. Now that make the man they not take no serious. Now that make it no matter how much you people force and pump and shout and scream, they don't take you people seriously. Instead, what they do in order to appease the donors them, and that is the international community, when unu get unu parade them, unu grandiose, hypocritical lectures them and parades them, then they'll give una the speech will be fitting una for appease the gods. And who are the gods? The international community, because excuse me, I need to drink water. Thank you. Excuse me. Because now they them bread and butter. Now they them bread the butter. Right? So you would sit here and question, why have there not been significant progress? And the data where they show say domestic violence they on the decline, or violence against women they on the decline, or aggression on women, or harassment on women they on the decline, because we not serious, we are very hypocritical about our sentiments. You may not like her, she may not be a personable person, but that does not mean for say it is okay for her to be assaulted. It not mean for say it is okay for her to be violated. So that some of them things so make it look now, and then if somebody like Fatima go sit down, and when I said Fatima, I'm talking about the First Lady Fatima abuse, sit down at public, they talk about, you know, the two balloon them way hang plus the one tick. Then for chapunu two balloons them and the one tick them, una go become outraged, una go become mad, una go become upset. So at the end of the day, like me, so I get right to be mad at her because I am balanced. I not just they look one side, I turn me eye on the other side. I am balanced. But like most of una, you people have lost that right to question her and to question, you know, the foolery that she sometimes goes on. Because this might be a clear evidence for make us see certain things them cannot do, condemning these type of things. But instead, you people were much more interested in the gossiping of what actually led to the slappation, to the slapping. We are much more interested in the detail of waiting lead or waiting cause the slapping than the act, which is the slapping. And for me, I was grossly disappointed. Make I not lie. I was grossly disappointed. Sometimes you know not understand how some of our actions them in one situation and then inactions them in another situation tells the story of where you actually stand and why you are being treated the way you've been treated. Honestly speaking. So in the last few weeks, I really been one for talk on this, and at this angle here, so maybe one for take. If you can stay silent on this, you might as well stay silent on the others. Because if you can stay silent on this, you have no right to speak up on others. Because no form of violence is permissible or acceptable in any shape or form. No form of violence is permissible or acceptable, regardless of the circumstances or the situation that caused it. None. So sometimes now that make a quick for tell una say, una go back, go check on yourself na the mirror. Because some of the things they una can say, una actions then when put to the test, it's nothing to write home about. I will left this one also for now. The case is in court. We would see what that leads to, if it would lead to a clear example of this is unacceptable. First of all, you as a former minister, I don't know waiting at the person in current position. I'm speaking now of Patricia Lavalley. You as a former minister, and I don't know what her current position, there are codes of ethics that you ought to abide with. See, now I can talk about professional code of ethics. And I can always ask this question, so say, waiting na salon them professional code of ethics where they guide each ministry. Because each of them supposed to get professional code of ethics where they're supposed to abide by. Where those are deal breakers, you break them one day, I am sorry, you are out. And I'm not taking the side of Tunis because I also don't know what Tunis did. But whatever she might have said or done, justify her being assaulted, or these two women now claiming one go lay down in hospital, one get braced at the neck, which is a visible show of injury, some form of injury. What are you teaching the young ones? What message are you sending to them? Now, waiting go don't be that thing they say where if you hand they catch you, will slap your face. Or better yet, scratch your head, one pan the leg for plants, which is Tunis, scratch your scalp, or the other one leg for wear wig. Pretend like for say the wig they scratch you small, tap and small, make you recalibrate your senses then. But you both failed to do that. Instead, you made public nuisance of yourselves. Public nuisance of yourselves. However, in that, we get a broader issue. That is the issue of violence, aggression. Now, they talk about gender-based violence. This is gender on gender violence. Anyways, make we move on from this. Like I said, the case is in court. We will follow the story. We'll see where it takes us. If an example is set, we go know. If an example is not set, we go know. We go know the kind thing that we they expect from the generations coming up. Or some of we, next in line by some of the decisions that they make. Now, excuse me, people, make I drink water. I choke small today. Okay, so the other thing I want to talk about right now, let's talk about the press release, appointments of new ministers, reshuffle, and I think saying a few weeks ago, Nayaso on the same platform I've been there, where informal about the recent reshuffle, not so. Yes, now the same platform, no other platform, no day. And then and then funnily enough, I also tell Uno say it is not over yet, there's more to come. I tell Uno say in the not so distant future, very soon, I tell Uno say Uno watch out. There is something else coming. I think say at that point where I been the talk, boku people let me feel say, I was joking. Boku people let me feel say, Matilda Big Mouth, this Creole woman here, so this Creole lady with him big mouth, all time he talk, all time he this, all time he that. What is Sabi? Well, waiting at Sabina, it don't happen so. Can I shock you again? It is not over. There's going to be more. There's going to be more cabinet reshuffling, more nominations, more changing of position, changing of the guards, bringing in new guards, taking out old guards, reshuffling old guards into other position, or entirely thank you for your service, goodbye. So no brace on yourself for that. For some of we not above we not get pay master them away. We have to do their bidding for us to survive. We tell God thank you, because that's how it's supposed to be. But some of we above for their survival, start saving. I would actually say, where are we now? December. I will say in the first 3 months of 2025, there's going to be something else. Now, if they want to call me a liar, they might stretch it to about June-ish. Pay attention. And there's going to be something else. And there's going to be some that, just in the case where I say something big is about to happen, and some people will not be understand, but in this recent reshuffle, if you notice, there was a big change, not to so. Well, hold on, hold tight to your seatbelt, because the big of the change, the actual big massive one, not happen it is coming. Mark my words. But as usual, the states be intimated to the fact that, so we the people were told, right? We the people, we the common floor members were told that there has been a change in the higher echelons of society. And it was brought to us in this manner. The general public is hereby informed that it has pleased His Excellency the President, Brigadier Dr. Julius Maada. Trust me, these acronyms, these titles are too long for me. Now, the part of the neck of the wood when me, all of this is unnecessary. I will just go straight to His Excellency the President, period, and that is it. All of the other adjunctions, them unnecessary. To announce the following appointment, Mr. Alpha Sise, Attorney General and Minister of Justice. Hello, una kecham, unusiam, unukecham. I told you, there's something big, but again, mark my words, the biggest of the big, not happening yet. Guess what happened? Right? Mr. Murray Lango, Minister of Internal Affairs, Miss what staff, what's all? Septier, yes. Sanko, Deputy Minister of Justice, Mr. Ibrahim Jallo, Resident Minister North, Mr. Abu Kuruma. Abu Kuruma. I say Abu Kuruma. This time they can say, let me take a pause here. When I say Abu Kuruma, this time they can say, fake it till you make it. If you not ever see an example of faking it till you make it, you now go look at Abu Kuruma. Waiting the French people like you say, so parcours in trajectory. then una can understand the full meaning of I will fake it till I make it. Abu man, not to insult and insult you. I just give an example of you hustle, and how you can hustle your way into where you need to be. Because, truth be told, this is serious hustler strategy I use. It bola in way into position. It bola in way into the top. Okay? This neither sing we just come out na door. It is too bad that the word is now blessing, 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 bobo. Blessing, 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 blessing. This not a blessing, bobo. This now bola, 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 bobo. Bola, 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 bobo. Una add the rest now. I dey tell una. Seriously. Anyways. So, Mr. Abu Kuruma, Chairman, Sierra Leone Public Transport Authority. And then we get Major General Christian Fayamba Mara, Commissioner, National Commission for Small Arms. And then we go to Mr. Emmanuel K. Amara, Chairman, Political Party Regulations Committee. And the last one now, we get Mr. Lamin Van Boye, State Chief of Protocol and Ambassadors at Large. Now, in all of these handshaking, job well done, thanks for staying the course, thanks for being faithful, thanks for being loyal, and also thank you for your service, present or past or required. One would want to ask the question, why the need to change the Attorney General and Minister of Justice? Now, if you dey pay attention, you go know for say this presidency na the presidency we don't change the most. This office inside this presidency na the office and the presidency we don't get the most attorney generals and Minister of Justice. Una dey count? If you know the counts, according to wetin me go remember, we begin with Palmagai, not so. From Palmagai we go to Schwartz. From Schwartz we go to Udat. That one we say na him in dey pray God for this position. Me don't forget his name. I am not here to remember their names. And I said yes, I said remembers. I know it here they say. I don't want to say remember. And then that's number 3. And then we come to the immediate one where na Lamin Tarawali. That's number 4. Right now, the current appointed is number 5. So in a span, we electoral cycle now what? We electoral cycle now every 4 years, not so. Am I right? So if we have an election, we had an election in 2024, 25, 26, 27, 28, that's 4 years. So we electoral cycle now every 4 years. So which means, in total, which means this presidency has been ruling, give or take, depending on when, they were installed into power and they took over. Let's give it 5 years. Let's say 5 years. 5 years. So 5 years, 5 attorney generals and minister of justice. Is that telling you people something? Is that telling you people something? And there's been an established pattern here. When I go say, Matilda, waiting at the pattern. Come to class, people, come to class. Now, it is alleged that President Bill sacked Mohamed Lamin Tarawale as Attorney General and Minister of Justice. They say Mohamed Lamin Tarawale has been shown the exit door as Sierra Leone's Attorney General and Minister of Justice. He becomes the 4th minister appointed and was sacked in this capacity. Very interesting stuff, not so? Now, have you noticed a pattern? If you don't notice the pattern, make I tell you not the pattern. Whenever there is a case that has to do with the people versus the state, the people versus the state, and the state is seen to be losing that battle, or in the case of, hold on, make I small caveats now, because in the case of Pamagai, it wasn't the state that was losing a battle. It was Pamagai saying this line or application of the rule of law goes against the constitution, and I would not be caught dead applying such in my capacity, knowing what I know about the law. In the case of Priscilla Schwartz, it was the fumble, the international fumbling and debacle of that thing we will spend money upon. We call them international justice trial or national justice trial. That thing will take time and read through and the outcome of the outcomes of the outcome of the outcome of the outcome. What's your name call and CO something? Commission. Remember not to show. And then the one way follower now immediately there was something. I don't forget the exact thing, but there was something. If you people have been here with me, please remind me what it was. But again, yes, Priscilla Schwartz, Paolo Conte, the state. Remember, I say a position and I say whenever these happen, it is something that has to do with us, the people, versus the state. Whether be it someone in service, in public service or not. But it is always us, the people, versus the state. And when the people seems to win the state and say to the state, abale faire, put the arms down. This is not about kotoma, your position and your power. This is not about hegemony. This is not about your potential to exert that power. This is about the people, us the people speaking and saying, hey, Kotubu, enough is enough. And hey, Kutubu, this why I wanna not go get away with them. This why the evidence is clear no matter what you do. Haya, Kaiser. It is finished. I know some people will say, Matilda, whose language they talk so? Now, no worry, now Hausa they speak. Hausa now they talk. Yeah, why they say Kutubu Kaiser. Hausa they talk. And so you would remember, remember not also, the trial of Paolo Conte, the alleged treason trial of Paolo Conte. Now remember that case they not also. Where from the day one I look at the evidence presented, I am like, I am sorry, people. Beyond reasonable doubt, he ought to be proven not guilty. Not to show. I'm like, show us that CCTV footage. Show us that CCTV footage. You say you have the CCTV footage. Show us that CCTV footage. Show it. The state was incapable of showing that CCTV footage, not so. So the Attorney General at the time, it was either between Schwartz or the other one. I can forget that man there in name. Exodus and VOS. Exodus. So it was between this man now, that Monday, and then which other case will I get? We get the pardoning of an alleged murder in the case of lack. We don't know what's in our name safe. Something about money. Some magician guy. And the recommendation apparently was given by the vice president. How that came about, how it didn't came about, LAC. Right? We killed that DJ guy. One Creole Bobo DJ. We may not remember his name right now. I think I covered that case a little bit because I didn't know all of the details. LAC is now in Nigeria, living large. He was living in Ghana and then moved to Nigeria, living large. Those two situations brought about the exiting of those attorney generals at the time, right? Well, not cumulatively, but one after the other. And then now, we have the Exodus. LM, is it Brewer? Or something like that. Now we have Lamin Tarawali. I want to read something shortly when my producer don't put before I talk about Lamin Tarawali situation and what potentially could have been the reason for his exodus. Remember that I said whenever the state is not getting its way with certain things, would that they take the biggest fall? Now the Attorney General and Ministers of Justice. Let me read this quickly and I will get to my conclusion on this. I'll just wait to make me producer put this up. If you can make it a bit bigger for me, please. Thank you. Okay, let's read this baby. Let's read this baby. President Biosaksa Mohamed Lamin Tarali as Attorney General and Minister of Justice Mohamed Lamin Tarali has been shown the exit door as Sierra Leone's Attorney General and Minister of Justice. He became the fourth minister appointed and was sacked in the capacity since President Bio's administration started nearly 6 months ago. Tarali was appointed as Sierra Leone's Attorney General and Minister of Justice on January 18th, 2022, replacing Attorney Yawo Briwa, who was also sacked under controversial circumstances concerning his involvement in the presidential pardon against an ex-convict Lack. I go Holland day. So when I remember, I saw when I watch the trajectory, it is always when there's something about the first one, remember? Waiting I name safe. My guy refused to do something, he got booted. Second one, Schwartz lost the case mounted against Paulo Conte, she got booted. Brewer involvement in the presidential pardon of an alleged convicted killer, magician, blah, 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 blah. It got booted. Now, we are at number 4, okay? Because number 5 is incoming. Number 4 that just exited the building. Let us continue. Now, prior to the appointment as Attorney General and Minister of Justice, thoroughly served in the capacity of the Solicitor General of Sierra Leone, a position he held for over 2 years. His replacement is the current Deputy Minister, Alpha Cisse, becoming the 5th person to hold the position in just 6 years. Alpha Cisse, if me na you, watch you back, because now 1 year, 1.5 year, 1 year, 1.5 year. If you get luck, sometimes 2 year. If you get luck, sometimes 2 year. But now 1.5 year. But most of the time, now 1 year, or now 1 year. So prepare yourself. Now, I don't know why I'm laughing. Oh my gosh. This thing is funny. Anyways, the position of Attorney General is unique within the Sierra Leone government, as it does not require parliamentary approval. Instead, the appointee is sworn indirectly by the president, which enables swift appointment, but has also led to turnover in the roles, and that is why certain roles have to go through parliament, and that is why you cannot give absolute authority and power or hegemony to a president. Because guess what? When you do that, you put the constitution or the operation or functionality of the constitution in jeopardy to the whims and caprices of the president to do it at will. That is what you people are experiencing. Make we continue for reading. The first individual to occupy the position under President Bio was Charles Magai, leader of the People's Movement for Democratic Change, PMDC, and one of Sierra Leone's most experienced legal figure. He was succeeded by Priscilla Schwartz, lawyer, Attorney Brewer, and Mohamed Lamin Tarawale. Now, I tell you now for say, when there is an exiting of this particular position, it's because the state is not getting away or seemingly hasn't gotten away with something that it holds dear or think, then forget away with. Here are my suspicions. My suspicion is that in 2021, when an accusation was levied against the Auditor General, at that time, it wasn't even Tarawale that was in, it was Brewer that was in at the time, if I remember the timelines then correctly. And then Tarawale came and took over the whole, Ramarangs. And now this thing has gone on for several years. And it is very evidently clear that the Auditor General, her role has been tampered with, has been infringed upon. And now there is a situation where Parliament is in a big dilemma because there is an expectation that the right thing ought to be done. Tarawale cannot truncate the books. He cannot exact hegemony, dominance, power. He is not able to buy his way into this constitution or parliamentary operation. There is not enough buying or conviction that would lead Parliament to say, yes, sir, we stand by you 100%. Yes, sir, give her the boots, for she has committed gross errors, for she has committed impardonable Wrong. For she has misled the state and the people. So, short of, follow me closely, come to class. Short of going to the actual target, who is Smooth Face, Smile Boy, the owner of Gaddafi? Guess who takes the fall? If you know who the owner of Gaddafi is, then you know what I'm talking about. Because there is an innate relationship there between the house and the owner of Gaddafi. That if Gaddafi, the keeper of Gaddafi, should be touched at this moment, some poto will get for catch fire. So short of rocking the boat and allowing that poto, that flame, to combust, how about you go for the target that will be the least lethal, the less painful, the most far removed. You catch my drift? And remember, a 2/3 majority vote in Parliament is required to remove the Auditor General, which Playboys Greenhouse does not have. And that is why I said, no amount of hegemony, no amount of power, no amount of arm twisting, no amount of brokerage behind closed doors can make this happen. So some of you have said, Matilda, you've spoken about the Auditor General in case. But after the reports come on, you not talk about Amocho. You just left Mr. Kago make a deal with him. And then I said to you, I needed Mr. Kago to deal with certain intricacies of the case. And when he's done, allow me, Matilda, the ever so brilliant analyst who looks beyond the numbers, who looks beyond all of the surface of what you see, who goes in depth and unearth. When the time is right, I will unearth. Things are not unearthed for now. So permit me to say, once again, the case of Lara Taylor Pierce is yet to be decided and has not been decided. Catch my drift? So, Mr. Terrorly, I wish you good luck in your next undertaking, for you were just a pawn in this big sea, playing with barracudas, when maybe you were just a pollock. Salute à toi. People, the phone lines are open. And also I can like for you hear me voice. Like what I can they call and they worry Mr. Kago where they talk. I know they even allow 2 seconds for make it land. I can just they call no more. Why people I know they do the same to me? Why people they allow me make a land? Una they allow me make a cook. Like the new generations will say, you people give me too much time to cook. And I don't want to be cooking for this long. Huh? People give me way too much time to cook. So the phone lines are open as usual. Anybody want call adding to waiting at the say before I move on to the next topic. We North American toll free number now 1-88-944-7722. We UK local line at +4420-808-91-455. We Australia local line at +6129-096-4337. And then we get we WhatsApp number where you can call from anywhere in the world. We at 1-343-997-5828. And then we get we radio station in Freetown, and don't forget for tuning and listen. So we radio shows them, broadcast them, and 91.9 FM, and don't forget for download the app, the VOS television mobile app, on Google Play Store as well as on the Apple Store. And don't forget, light me, I light you, spark me, I spark you is coming up, which is Christmas. And I don't forget the next one I said before this year end, I get for show up now the Bang Me, I shock you app, the section of that app there, when I for only touch me, I twist you, off me, I light you, pan lamp me, I put kerosene. I get for the day. I know they tell you now when I could just appear. And may the lucky ones interact with Matilda. That's all I'm going to say. So, I'm waiting for you guys to call. I'm waiting for you all to call. Yes, we have a caller. Waiting that you never decide to call from.
May the lucky ones interact.
Hello?
Hello. What's your name and where you call from, please?
This is Kaitiafa. I call from United States, Maryland, to be precise.
Okay, I need you for dull the device where they listen. I need you for dull and small because I get feedback.
But yeah, I didn't look from my laptop. I don't just
Okay.
Yeah, I just listen to you. It's pretty embarrassing, to be very honest. Your presentation today.
Thank you.
A serious journalist. A serious journalist not insinuate or assume, and you've done a lot of insinuation to an assumption. Let's start with the statement we make about Charles Magai. He got fired because he failed to do something. And look, not everybody would watch this show. The now low information viewer or listener. If you make a statement and then so back them up with fact, you can't just leave it hanging. Serious journalism, you can't do that. In the first place, let me give you fact about why Charles Magai was fired. He was fired because we then see former APC party officials, women who are ministers, some deputy ministers, some head of parastatals, they all passport them. He was calling them individually and trying to extort them. One and then record them. Where they ask them for money and threaten, if you don't give them money, so. They take the recording to the president. He fired him on the spot once they listened to the recording. You don't know that. Charles Magai more big, so it's Naim and Abdul do something we know people do them fire. The whole world don't know. I'm just giving you this fact. Until you say you get inside of something, you're able to go beyond the surface and get information, go find that out. And besides, a president in any country, Canada won't do so. Trudeau, elections have consequences. Once you win, you make your cabinet appointment. They serve at your pleasure. If you want somebody to serve 5 days, you fire them. Like that's if your police is for fire that person, they fire them. They say Abu na bola, as if the man is not educated, he has no intelligence. They served now the government almost 6 years. So if they change them, I don't see what's wrong with that. And the president gets the right for change some people as many. If every government getting policy within the set. If you're not working towards that policy, the goal, the president can fire you and replace you. If the other one come back, they not do it if she's already can fire them. That not show anything nefarious. Look, we all are Africans. after God any side in Africa. Now government and the president. He talk about Paulo Conte. If other people want to kill Paulo Conte, they kill and nothing will come inside. And it's come out popular person for the section of Nigeria. We might have no one time country pull and come. That is what president do in Africa. So he will fire Minister of Justice and Justice Minister because you know do what you want for them. No. What you want for you will do one because people want for survive. And if the president change in reshuffle in government, just accept the fact that they reshuffle. Not till they be. Go back 11 years and check how many times ministers, and people in the thief and fire them, then they catch ministers and for corruption. They pull an ministry, send another ministry. It happens several times. But he had the right to do that because he won the election. And elections have consequences. Because they tell you no more, if you put information out there are other people listening. Give facts, don't insinuate. You are a journalist. You can't just assume. Assumption is the lowest level of reasoning. Anybody, when you need somebody to get conversations, you begin to assume. Just to tune you out. Assumption is the lowest level of reasoning. Once you start assuming, you can't reason well. No, very important information. So all these things are then pull and just state the fact, give the reason. I've just given you
Okay, so to the other callers then within at the line, on I hold on the line at the canto on I don't like to waste and banter words with people, you know. Thank you very much to the caller we call and Ion. You say you get inside information. Thank you very much for your inside information. The pattern way we don't see so far from the presidency is that then go make press release, then go justify their action. In the case of Charles Magai, you dey talk for say Charles Magai where he mouth big so where he loud so why make Canada and talk. Charles Magai don't talk say in his own time. When he is ready, when he is good and ready, nobody no go ever push him for say anything, but when he is good and ready, he will speak on that issue. And me believe that. Now you they say it was because he was trying to extort people. This audio where you they talk so, now this social media we all do, now this blow up we all they like so the ramarangs and the boomerangs. How come you get a hold of that audio day as you allegedly they claim, say that the reason that he was fired and nobody else not get a hold of that video day, we don't ever come in all of these 5 years, we don't ever come say these were the reasons why Charles Magai was let go by the presidency. Sometimes you people think you're dealing with, low cranium individuals then. Let me just put it that way. Why hasn't that been said? Even during the campaign, even during the election, we had Charles Magai on this platform. He said a lot of things that has gone on. But on that particular matter, he said, I will give it its merit when I feel the time is ready. And so why don't we allow, why I for even believe you, say na that reason, then na that reason, na the reason why make he was sacked. Why have I even believe you? And you are saying, so you don't even implicate yourself even further. Because you say the president, everybody, they at will, and the president for do this, for do that, the president, they at will, he gets the power and the absolute power for do whatever, because now in the appoint, now in the fire, if he appoints you today, he fire you tomorrow, now in wish. Do you know what that makes him look as a president? When you have a high turnover in a particular office, in a particular sector, in a particular ministry, either you as the minister, you have a high turnover in your ministry, or you as a president, you consecutively, they have a turnover or high turnover in a particular sector. Do you know what that makes you look? Go check the books. And can't tell me back what that makes him as the president look. You they tell me about Abu. I say na a senior Bulan is way Bola in way up to the top. Yes, I stand by that word. Now a senior. Let us go back to the record and check who Abu Abu was 6 years ago. Where Abu Abu came from 6 years ago. Who knew about Abu Abu 6 years ago? Who knew about his education? Who knew about his contributions to Sierra Leone? Who knew about his public work to Sierra Leone? What sort of public office has he held before the coming of this presidency and this political party? Let us not forget the atrocities that he took part in you know, in the northern part of the region. A man that came out and tell his fellow Sierra Leonean that if una mistake una mama then go wear black for una. What record has Abu Abu set that you can write home about and you can applaud him about if it's not about party line, party sentiments, and you know, defending either right or wrong, most times the wrongdoing of a political party and a political hegemony and an hegemonic structure? What do you want to say? What do you really want to vindicate here? You tell me for say the role of a journalist is to be objective. I'm as objective as they come, but I'm not going to feed you what you think you want to hear just to please your constituency or to please your people. I'm going to say the truth because I'm a Sierra Leonean, and whatever affects Sierra Leone in one way or the other will trickle down to me and will affect me. International borders, the things that happen, you know, in Sierra Leone, international borders, being away or being outside of those borders does not prevent me from it, does not absorb me from it. I feel the pinch just like everybody is feeling the pinch. So excuse me while I say what I need to say when I need to say it. You said that because when the president did not want to have an SBO around, he got rid of him. Hello? You just made a statement of implication. Can you tell me in what manner and in which way Bio came to you and said he does not want Anes by Koroma around and he got rid of Anes by Koroma? Because us the people, what we heard was that Anes by Koroma was part of a coup. That's what us the people, that's what we are told. Us, the people, heard that there was a negotiation between the African Union, ECOWAS, and those type of intervention because it needed medical attention. And ever since he left the shore of Sierra Leone in the guise of medical attention, we have not heard back of his return. So are you trying to tell me that there was a closed door? There was a closed door understanding that took place that us, the people, we don't know about, and us, the people, have been taken for a ride? Is that what you're saying? Come clean, sir, come clean, because you just implicated yourself. Like Donald Trump would say bigly. You just implicated yourself bigly. So where did you come up with that notion, those facts? Since I do not have facts and therefore I do not speak with facts, where did you come up with such facts, sir? Those are some of the questions I would leave with you. I will go out to the callers then. Caller, this is your time. Take your time. Say anything when I want for say. I will give you a response if I feel like a response is dim. Caller, waiting at your name and also you the call from.
Good evening, Madam Matilda. This is Fede Mustafa. I just want to
Yes, sir.
respond to my brother who just called. Normally, well, if you can accuse somebody, say you do something, I don't understand why you say they do the same thing where you accuse the person of. Because the things the way you don't say, there are also assumptions that you make. They don't get any merit from anywhere. Because you're not a public official, this is nine can bother me, brothers. Why we always defend things the way, I don't know which interest way una gets there. Because let the person can't defend himself, because now in they eat, now in they drink, and they are putting the country backward, and then they get people who defend them. Abu Abu, I know we sit on the same class. Waiting Matilda talks, I know we talk about him because, well, they far from the truth. Asabiam, Abu Abu, you already talk, you go no say, you go no in status, in state. So now then people it come to the limelight because of your aggression. I know I'm well. I be the go na also they go eat during lunch. So I know him. So make you no can talk. Since they can't accuse people, then you do the same thing. No, no, do him. Just my guy, you don't tell what you get for tell we. He say he don't know what he do. But anyway, you ready? We the one we sack, the one we be hired. I'm let take the lead for tell her why he sack him.
Uh-huh.
So all other thing now just an assumption. Say now would do so. So I mean I find I mean a bit funny. Say they accuse somebody, you do this, the person, then you do am back. Why will believe you and will not believe Matilda? So do lo we they left me. I not me. I actually not see the point why them people I will not deserve any credit. So me they shed me blood or me breath for them people there. Now they make the Skuruma, and the Skuruma is not an example of a good leader or somebody where they una reference. Now like una in a class, the boss where they can 24th out of 25. Now that person then na you can reference. I mean Skuruma no for be una role model. But anything that man na reference, now na man that man if you change minister himself 50 times a year. Not a waiting all anything that people are willing to change so then they pay them benefit for no. Now benefit now money nobody they reap. Anybody will resign, they only pay them off. But anybody will they sack, then they pay them benefit them. Now money then they waste so. And that man decided to waste money, una still the clap. This is I mean ridiculous. I mean I can't understand this. These people they not deserve for rule that country even one day further. What do you want to forget? The man even then go present budget this year, they only get 30% of the money for the budget. 70% for come up and big up and load. So yeah, me, I'm not just I've not been one call, but the way I read anything there, you can't say a lot of things that you call this person, you call this person, you call this person. Yes, elections have consequences. But then people are not deserving for rule that country day. Because you don't see what he get for do, what he capable for do. And it's commanded there for 10 years, which I left the country. Might have been worse in the situation. Anyway, I don't read the boss. Thank you very much, Mr. Taylor. All right.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, just like the caller said, accuse me all you want. But remember, say every time you point a finger, three they point back at you. So you can accuse me of something, but three in you accusation, you pointed three right back at you. Three that you cannot defend, three that you cannot stand on with merit. So what are you saying, sir? Make we be careful in our defense of humans that we want for cham cola for. Where we not there outside them in the drink blood. Be careful. I will go to the next caller. Caller, waiting your name and also you the call for. Hello, caller.
Yes, the caller is here.
Please go
Okay,
ahead.
my
What are the
name is
sets that you dey listen so that we
Absolutely.
not go get interference, please?
Call from Washington D.C. So, uh, yes, can you hear me?
Yes, now we can hear you. Go ahead, please.
Okay, so Ms. Matilda, thank you for your analysis. All right, hold on. Let me lower this for you. Okay, so I don't listen to your analysis. Very well done. But I guess some little bit of concern here. One, I see you talk a lot of issues, but you don't make any reflection on the death of Steady Bongo. I mean, I know say a lot of people then say, well, Steady Bongo, they support this president, this party or whatever, but we get for separate the man your feeling as a cultural icon for support and I want support. Now look at in music, which in music say about we own generation, we own culture in Sierra Leone. Now, the only musician we need to see indicts the political class. If you look at the music we call youthman today, if you listen to that music well, as much as whichever ever say about President Buell, whether you like him or he's the best leader, well, it indicts President Buell and all the other political leaders in our country. Because one, way election they come, that they go campaign to the youths for let us support them, when they win, they don't do anything for them. And that's just a fact. So I feel say when they make analysis of the week, I believe say now some people not for left behind unless if you belong to the political school of thought of somebody like Pastor Kitchen, that kind of feelings then that's my own thought. Then the second thing here is I want to touch on a little bit about the excessive sacking of attorney generals of Sierra Leone. I feel say necessary because one of the positions down the way they for really eliminate, we don't need them. Why? Because the current 1991 constitutional organ Sierra Leone is served with the current political impasse of the country now because of the 1991 constitution. So if we get really a visionary attorney general, now if I advise any president who is doing it, you say, you know what, this constitution I work for the people then. Let's create an instrument, crown a parliament, let's change let's get something where they work for the people. But they don't do it. So I don't see anything wrong if President Beauty fire all these attorney general, although again you motive why they do that. But to me, the attorney general position don't outlive in usefulness. And I'll just reflect that back to United States. You get William Jeff Sessions, Trump fire him. You get Janet Reno under Bill Clinton, they fire him. So now a position where really controversial, but for Sierra Leone ever savvy. So I don't feel say we for really dwell over that. Then my last point here, madam, is this. Which of the last big reshuffle the Canada will know it? Okay. The only single minister or the vice president of Sierra Leone. Those are the only two. All other positions are really irrelevant because they don't really shake up the military. I don't know if they really have the interest of the people. I'm not sure. But that's all I have. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, caller. Just hold the caller. I'll go to the other callers then, and I just want to address this caller. Actually, my show is not a show that reviews events of the week. Then at the Sunday show. The Sunday show now then can review events of the week. Right now, that make them call I think they call it the review show. Me on show really heavily center on socio-economic issues, political issues, and things like that. Now, that the main show really, nevertheless, that they not mean for say I not can talk about other issues. Them like you say, I brought up the humanitarian crisis in Libya. I talk about other things in the fringes. However, for the Teddy Bongo and other people them where I feel say they have they don't do great contribution as salon. Whenever I do my show, that is not something I open with. That is something I close with. So if the caller feels say it's not something I've addressed because of political affiliation, to know me is to know that I have no political affiliation. I don't get any political loyalty or alliance in me. I would be the wrong candidates to do so, and the wrong candidates to align. If you watch with Thursday show, you go notice say we presenter on Thursday actually take some time for give a tribute and recognition to Teddy Bongo in tapestry of work and legacy. For me, I do things differently. I know it has nothing to do with political sentiment. No, I do not subscribe to that notion. Like I say, for me, it's Sierra Leone and Sierra Leone only. And we all make mistakes in life, and we all try to do our best in life. Just like me, Sidonaya, not all man go like me. Not all man go admire me, and I'm very conscious of that. right? So it has nothing to do with that, but keep watching, and I'm sure at the top of the hour, when the time is right for where I feel that is where I should bring that in, you will hear me. Okay, let me go to the other callers. Caller, waiting a name and who you call for. Hello, caller, waiting a name and who you call for. Caller, you hear me?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
I'm calling in from Maryland. Look, it is at the start we are starting it. The show today has been complete embarrassment. I talked to you just in 3 minutes, and you go ahead and just lie with your talk. I'm not saying I get old. Go back and listen to the conversation. It's recorded.
Okay,
I'm not
caller, I dey pause you time.
hold on,
Caller, I dey pause you time. Caller, I dey pause you time. At no point in time did I call you a liar. It is okay for you to use whatever words you want to use on me in terms of the show has been an embarrassment. I am not a journalist. I never told you that I was a journalist by profession. I told you by profession I am a communicator and an international development expert. That is my background. That is my field. Doesn't mean in there I did not study journalism and I do not understand the ins and outs of journalism. However, the reason why I make a pause you time is that I will not sit here in this space with everything you don't listen to this show and other shows that I keep talking about and allow you call me a liar. You would choose another word. You would choose another adjective that is appropriate to what you want to say, but you will not call me a liar. That is where I will end it. You can go ahead.
please. If you say you're a communicator, that's pretty embarrassing because as a communicator, if that's your profession, you should be able to communicate well. And if not only when you talk, if you comprehend what other people say, that's even more embarrassing. And look, go back and listen to a conversation. I don't tell you, say I got hold on the video. I mean the audio. I tell you, I go back and talk in the first place. Charles Magan, I'm in law, I'm in uncle-in-law, in business in beginning, I'm in West. So I'm not talking like somebody who they talk like 500,000 miles away. All right, I'm not saying I get old, and I say he tried to extort former APC, multiple of APC party ministers and head of parastatals, deputy ministers. One of them record them in the act and then play to the president. The moment the president read the audio, he called him and he just fired him. I'm not saying me get old on the audio. And I see one guy call after me. I understand majority of people who they listen and watch on this show, they are low information viewers and listeners. Then they, as long as they bash the Madabio government, they are cool with it. If they go talk say me accuse you of something when the same thing they do. No, I don't make any statement. I want to present fact. You presented. I told you. You make a lot of statements. You just left them hanging there. And like I said, any journalist, whether you see by career or by hobby, you should not be insinuating or assuming. I even tell you, assumption is the lowest level of reasoning. Even not take out of journalism. Day-to-day dealing with other people, as you begin to assume, nobody knows for take it serious. The moment you begin bring assumptions in any conversation, whatever comes after that, people don't know they will take out a grain of salt. I don't tell you, say, I got hold of the audio, you talk say why this on social media time. I'm just telling you. Charles Maga will say it again. It has been almost 6 years to the day he was fired. Now, Boye loud mouth. I deal with him all the time. If not, we for do way for the good of this country, Mother be no grille do him, then they fire him. The whole world would have known by now. Anybody who gets an intelligence of an ape, you able to talk and if it's a bit Charles Magai, not to know what they say on the TV, not to know what they say on a radio, read about on a paper. Now, man, emotion is the wear on his sleeve. He does not back down. I'm telling you. You can't do that just because he was appointed. People with their own passport, you can go around them, try to start harassing them. If you don't do this, I will do this. Once it came to the attention of the president, they got rid of him. He is, in fact, they make history in Sierra Leone, the shortest serving Minister of Justice and Attorney General because of that. I'm not telling you to make the audio. You understand? And I'm not saying, look, this is a privileged conversation. And if you get another word for lie, now this is not Africans in problem. They don't want it. Black, now they say fall white, you white. But when somebody lie, tell and say lie, so will not tell us a lie. That's how you mislead. You understand? Maybe last thing that you're for. I can't mean talk through. I don't go look black, I call her white. The statement we make about me and the audio was a lie. I don't go offend any other way for talking about it. I get the audio. Or I lay hands on the audio. I told you the audio was played to the president. And then once the president had the audio, they got rid of him. And it has been 6 years now. If any information to contrary the charge, my guy for me the whole world. Thank you again.
Okay. So those, I will go to the next caller very shortly. To those caller, you said they make assumptions. It is good that Charles Maga is your in-law. Well and good. But you see, you also don't make one big assumption. I say, una we sabiam na TV or they listen to her na radio. I've been nearly one laugh. If by accident, and I'm saying by accident, because you see inside salon, outside we come out, you know who you dey, who that you dey. Somebody they sabi you for one name. No, they ever know for say this other name, na your name. You sabi me for Matilda J. But anything else beyond that, you not sabi me. On that note, you know it's I go get for say to you. It is good that Charles Magai is your in-law and that you think you know him in that manner. But if perchance and by accident, maybe one day you get for know how me Matilda we sit down Ayasu know how much of maybe you will rethink this assumption. What we the people, now they come to we the people, what we the people know is, Lawyer Charles Magai say, the one way hire am, we fire am, make it begin talk, wetin make it fire am. But for him, when he ready, in good English, when he is good and ready, he will address the issue. Until then, he pleads the fifth. That's where we leave it. Since now you sabi family and now you married inside family, go do your research. And just maybe, if by accident you are lucky, we can talk. Make I go to the next caller. Caller waiting and you name and also you call for me. But the caller don't wait till we lost the caller. Sorry caller, if you call back, I promise you say I will pick your call even though I not gonna say na you. But let me just say if a call comes in, I will take the call. Even if I'm wrapping up, I will take the call, okay? And so to the last caller in insinuations or innuendos, and then I take offense to the fact that you say the people then way they listen to a show, they are of low IQ. I take offense to that. Because if you consider yourself as a higher IQ and you dey listen to me show, it means that you are out of your league. You are not part of your league. Because obviously, you dey listen to people then like where we aid get mutu inside, not full up. We're not properly calibrated. So why listen to people that are not properly calibrated when your cranium is fully functional and does not have mishaps? Why? Doesn't that say a little bit about you? To spend the time and listen to me and tell me that I am misleading my audience and that my audience are of low mentality. I take exception to that. Because you, when they call them low mentality, you need to go back in the mirror and check yourself. Who are you dancing with? Because you're not dancing with people with fleas here. I respect my audience. I respect what they bring to the table. I know that they are of very high reasoning and analytic capacity. Some of them even more learned than me. Some of them even more analytical than me. So for you to spend the same amount of time and then for you to insult them, no man. I am not the likes of the Mr. Shillon who lets this ride. Neither am I the likes of the Mr. Kagbo who lets this ride. I will call it out for what it is. Go check yourself at the mirror, Mr. Intelligent, Mr. I Thinker, Mr. IQ. Go check yourself in the mirror and ask yourself what are you doing there, and who is the one with the maggots in the brain? Because that's what you just called my viewers. Who is the one with maggots in the brain? Check yourself. Let me go to the caller. Caller, waiting at your name and who you call from?
Yeah, I mean, concerned citizen. I call from the United States.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, what you mean say? Most time we compare Sierra Leone to other African countries. Then, just like we Ghana, just election finish, we still compare, they bring analysis or whatever. I always they say Salone from the one after we get independent. Now party politics, now in don they go today. So some of we don't then at that one party, whether good or bad. We learn till we go college. We brain still mix up. Because a common sense make book. 3 sides to my story. Your side, my side, and the truth. So me, sometimes they will like we not go school. Before I been feel discouraged. But some of in a way reach certain level, sometimes when I can talk, we will not go school, say the common sense we God give me. We don't know say now they make big mistake. Now I make sure we not been go school. Only landed one them. I like content this and I twist the hand the end back. So what do you mean they say? I just come meet part of the program. This man where they defend but Charles Magai or whatever, Madabi or whatever. I just listen the last say where he say just now say the man do something. Now I make them fire him. So if the man not he say I know they talk until me tell me it, and if he say for force the man will fire him. If he no say get proof for what to make he fire him, why not like publish him? What the matter be able to do now? What the Anes been do? Now that grounds there it they take rule now. And not say APC be non do lot of things them we not to writing. So now the same things if they do so. So me would pray for Mama Salone, let God make that constitution they able change and everything come to normal. But APC no go save we. SA people no go save we. As long as they in power, anything we try for bring for correct that country, they not go agree. So now my own contribution that.
Okay, thank you very much, caller. I think say the caller been for make a much more vital contribution to the show had he been listening from the top of the hour, but because he can understand maybe the full context of within the previous caller been the talk, but it meets just the tail end, so it's kind of hard to make a summary or an informed statement based on that. But either ways, his sentiments are his sentiments, and it is what it is. So with people then, before we go, something happened to we brothers and sisters them na Guinea. When I know for say during the term where them engage some of we brothers and sisters in Guinea and accuse them say they were coup plotters, and at the same place I come sit down. I was contacted, I spoke, at the time, spoke with Mr. Sovi, right? Asked for his intervention. The vice president been there for Ghana, Guinea. Mr. Sovi, doctor is now Dr. Sovi. Dr. Sovi, they all Ghana, Guinea. And eventually what happened was the release of our brothers that were being held in prison, being accused of plotting a coup because they entered inside Guinea on a day when it was a no circulation day. Pedestrians then up in the Wakana street, everybody been supposed for the inside. That was solved. Now this week we see something very troubling. We see trucks of lorries then we allegedly pack with brothers and with sisters them within a Guinea. Some say they are undocumented Sierra Leoneans. Some say some of them are Sierra Leoneans, others are not Sierra Leoneans. We, I believe, say they can drop them na Pamalap. And for anybody we know the Guinea-Sierra Leonean border, Pamalap na the border entry between the two countries, right? It was troubling to see, because we see Usai with brother and sister them, with them bundle them, like where na create them, he say talk to you with Janet bundle, pass go that door, pack you Janet bundle and go. So then pack them with the Janet bundle them. With the long, do we have time for a call? Yes, I can take one more call and come to this. Absolutely, I can take a call. If now somebody will be non-call before though, I might not be so gracious for give them the full 3 minutes. But if now just a new caller, yes, absolutely. Let's go. Caller, waiting your name and no say the call from.
Well, unfortunately, not possible be don't call. I would just want to respond again to my brother. We talk about the response why I get to in call. Well,
Okay.
unfortunately, I don't think they listen to me. Points the why they talk on social media, particularly on VOS. Because if you listen, you know, go talk any statement and they say about low IQ or dance to because they talk against Mada. I don't know Mada. Mada is the president of Sierra Leone. If they do things the way not correct, we now they will talk about.
Yeah.
If you not care about that, then that's your problem. I know ever cause you or tell you because when they talk about say so we the Africans if they talk to we the other way we will talk this say oh 50i or waiting I don't no I know you don't talk the word 50i but I think so you go to that angle. If you know see you get a tradition you get a particular culture or ways of talking to people where then they where you for do them for maintain them no can see because you see white man they told this they lie sentiment or waiting you say they talk them. We don't do that. We call Landy well disrespect. That's what we call them in African standards. And if you listen to me all the time while they talk, I know they talk on emotions or anything. I they talk on things the way they happen. I tell you say you made assumptions because now so you do all this way they can talk like say now true say the man go extort. This now the propaganda the way politicians then get then they use and against each other. We are not interested in that. What we are interested in would that they come change the living standards of our people, where they can uplift them from poverty, where they make tangible strides towards that. I know they support somebody with my head like that, say because I like party or waiting, it's not my interest. If you listen to all my submission, what I don't make on public media or social media, you go know say party is not my interest. At the talk of governance. Now make up the end the last one for talk about the budget say where the man car with possible na the support say oh he car with a budget for the first time where the money where he gets not even 40% of the
Yeah.
revenue. Then they can't put on that table. And that is how you go get for finance that one. I'm interested because past he go big or he expand debt again, like I don't expand the debt. This is what I'm talking about. I know they go talk somebody support sake. I'm not interested in them. I don't know him. If you don't want to let him talk about him, make him be Salone president. Anyway, now that's what I want to talk about. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you very much, caller. And I think the caller is right. At the end of the day, people are entitled to their opinion, just like Mr. Tiafo is entitled to his opinion. However, your opinion is not the absolute truth. And that day maybe we agree to disagree because you want your opinion and because you think you have some form of access to the echelons of power or to the corridors. Therefore, you know it all, and therefore, what you say should stand as validity and as truth. And I am saying no, there are divergence. We have divergence of opinion. I have my agency, and I can exercise my agency and choose to speak on what I want to speak on and my conviction. The listeners are listening to me, viewers are watching me. They don't absolutely have to side with my convictions and my opinion because they also have their own individual agency to exercise, and that application of that agency is for them to decide: do I agree with Matilda or do I disagree with Matilda? Do I somewhat agree with her or do I somewhat disagree with her? Or are we completely in line with each other? Are we completely in sync? Meaning that what I think is absolutely our analysis or our views are exactly what I also think. So until you learn to accept that, sir, in an argument, then obviously you will be running into these situations where you have clear misunderstanding of issues and the deliberation of issues and or understanding of issues, period. Make I go back to we borders them way the exit from Guinea. I want for read waiting we Salone Press say and waiting the Guinean embassy as well say and make we put it together and see wetin exactly they go on, because up until now we still don't know. You speak to the people themselves, they themselves not clear, fully understand why they were given the boots. Okay. So this press release or statement come out from the Sierra Leone, I believe it was the Sierra Leone police on the 12th of December 2023. On Tuesday 10 December 2024, Guinean authorities transported individuals believed to be Sierra Leoneans to the Balamuya border crossing in Cambia district. These individuals were reportedly suspected of engaging in activities that Guinea considered a threat to its security. However, no prior notice of this action was given to Sierra Leonean authority, neither at the Balamuya border or the Sierra Leone embassy in Conakry. The Sierra Leonean border official, uncertain about the individual's nationality, refused entry and requested that Guinea follows established protocol for repatriating foreign nationals. This led to a brief standoff on Wednesday, 11th December, during which the border was temporarily closed. Guinea has since issued an official notification regarding the planned repatriation. The individuals are now undergoing health and security screening to confirm their identities. If verified as Sierra Leoneans, they will be reintegrated with their families across the country. The border has reopened and normal operations have resumed. Further updates will be provided as the situation evolves. So me fumble them from waiting we gather from we authorities them na the Salone side and say, obviously Guinea acted in contravention so against the repatriation established rules or conventions them or agreements them, meaning that they not inform the Sierra Leone authority of this them plan, they not inform them of anything where they happen, then just decide and do this without informing them. So therefore when they reach at the border, Salone agree for open the border for let them in, where small kuskas been take place between the two countries, them border agency, them meaning Guinea and Salone. But and then them get for close the border them, but now following that, then say the Guinean authorities then issue a statement addressing the issue and why then they repatriate them people there. So now on the Salone side, then they do verification check for actually make sure say the people there, so indeed they all are Sierra Leoneans them, and then go do them best after them verify say yes they are Sierra Leonean, then for bring them come back to their family them across the country. Now make we hear from waiting come on inside Guinea Conakry.
Don't think it to be quiet. So I think that fear that they provide the food and they put them.
Man, don't come back. All right, man, don't come back. Oh. More to come. More have come. More are coming.
So now for Leona CEO, the Guineans are very, 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 very wicked. They are very, 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 very wicked. Now for the Guineans are very, 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 very wicked. For me see the situation right now, where they are the border. The Guineans are very, 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 very wicked. So Mr. Fode, still the situation we know behind it. The actual time where the border for lock, they don't lock before the actual time. The Guinea they don't lock the side. We say don't lock we on side now. Yeah. So the situation right now is really serious. The whole brothers them right now. The whole Sierra Leoneans them. We say the whole Guineans them. So the border right now is tense. How they tell you? You see in a Guinea soldier they all man snap and all man get gone. See the face here apart. They don't call for more reinforcement. They don't come. They all go gone. We say soldier they don't come. Police then they. Other reinforcement they come. So we say we don't call. So they all gone. We say we're gone. We say we don't lock border. No Guinea much cannot they come. We say no Salone much cannot they go again. So currently the situation is really tough. And all man tinap. All man tinap. Yes. When the more rock out this ala. And the 2 weekend and the more rock out you see there, all man all gone. And they done there.
Okay, so I want for read small if I can able. Give me 10 make I see if I can find waiting comot na the embassy. I hope I'm able to. Okay, so Sierra Leone Embassy in Conakry debunks viral video addressing plight of undocumented citizens. Unfortunately, the article where they open, I don't know. Okay. So Sierra Leone Embassy in Conakry has refuted claims made in a viral video that has sparked widespread speculations. According to senior journalist Stanley Bangura Jr., officials at the embassy have dismissed the video as false and unconnected to any recent development involving Sierra Leonean nationals in Guinea. Embassy sources reveal that over 700 undocumented Sierra Leoneans are currently residing in a slum area in Conakry, many of whom are allegedly engaged in questionable activities. This situation has reportedly raised concerns about the well-being and safety of these individuals. In response, the embassy has opened its compound to dozens of Sierra Leoneans who feel unsafe, offering them chancery advice and support. The humanitarian gesture aimed to provide temporary relief and protection for those in distress. Meanwhile, there is a growing speculation about the border context of these events. About the broader context of this event. Some observers, including journalist Stanley Bangura Jr., believe that Guineans' traditional leaders, General Mamadi, just give me a second here. I'm having difficulty because okay. Let me take it to the top again. Some observers, including journalist Stanley Bangura Jr., believes that Guinea's transitional leader, General Mamadi Jamboria may be encouraging in strategic maneuver as the country approaches the much anticipated December 31st deadline for a promised political transition. The Sierra Leone Embassy in Conakry has assured the public that it remains committed to safeguarding the welfare of its citizens in Guinea, particularly those facing hardship. The embassy also called on Sierra Leoneans in Guinea to remain calm and avoid actions that could jeopardize their safety. As the 31st December deadline draws closer, all eyes remain on Guinea's political landscape, with many watching to see if General Jamboria will honor his commitment and hand over power. So, we found with them, the Salone Embassy, they say one thing, the Salone Police, they say another thing. The video where we see also they tell we another story. So the question is, who that we for believe for waiting actually they happen to we brothers and sisters them na Guinea? Now true say then they round up most of the, because I see me where accounts I see about 6 soldier lorry them. Let me see. And I believe say there could be more, right? Where me not see. But according to one of the video the way we listen, we hear where somebody they say, then they bring other one then come, or they don't bring other one then come. And I also hear where £1 we brother then they say, then Guineans they are then wicked, then Guineans they are then wicked. I think instead of us pointing the fingers, because if indeed waiting the embassy been they say not true, I think there would have been a different outcome. But me strongly believe say the Guinean authorities them raid Sierra Leoneans communities, like settlements, make a call as settlements, Sierra Leonean settlements then. And most likely maybe round up undocumented Sierra Leoneans then where they live in the country. And by undocumented Sierra Leoneans then it means that they not get laissez-passer. Laissez-passer now the documents where when you go to a French country, West Africa, especially West African French country, you need a laissez-passer. A laissez-passer is like a visa. Once you get that laissez-passer, that laissez-passer they not be given to you. It's not an evergreen laissez-passer. Okay, it's not an evergreen visa. And you would ask me, okay, Matilda, why do you maybe know a little bit of this? I know a little bit of this because when we been the left Sierra Leone for when I've been the left Sierra Leone during the heat of the war, okay, we go through Aberdeen, right? Aberdeen, we take an helicopter into Guinea. But like I can always say, my own situation different from the experiences the way a lot of people then get in escaping the war. Tell God thank you, alhamdulillah, my family can afford. We take an helicopter, go Guinea, and like I always say, my cousin, when an aeronautic engineer who worked then for Air Afrique, already been done arrange air transfer from us from Guinea directly into Abidjan, into Cote d'Ivoire, right? So we stay at the Air Afrique, Air Afrique, then Director General na Guinea na host, because they were friends na host for about a week. He was our host. So that thing about refugee camp, I know sabi dandi, right? So because na they have been there, we've been there, Me not be need laissez-passer because we were there for just a week, and then we were taking our flights out to Abidjan. But when I reached Abidjan, because I was a school-age going girl at the time, I needed to start university, I needed to start school, I had to get a laissez-passer in Abidjan. The moment I land and stamp my passport, the following day, I was taken to the police. As a matter of fact, now the police station you go do that, then they take your picture, then they take all of you, biometrics then, and then you get a picture, laissez-passer. It's like a visa card. Then where you dey waka with them, you dey waka with them all side. You cannot go without it. You can't left an OC. They always constantly then you pause. And it gets time frame, it gets time where they expire. If it expire, you not go renew them, then you are considered undocumented. So when we been there Abidjan, for the few years when we there Abidjan and they go school, whenever me laissez-passer expire, I get for go back na the commissariat, when at the police station, and go renew me laissez-passer will give me validity of staying at the country. So this is what I am suspecting based on my experience and knowing the French system. And this one you defend on every French country where you go, regardless, be it Togo, be it Benin, be it Guinea, and what have you, be it Senegal, be it Burkina Faso, be it like the name now the French country, be it La Mauritanie, et tout ça. You forget that paper there. You need your laissez-passer. Your laissez-passer na like your passport and like your visa where they give you access to the country. And if you allow for make that laissez-passer they expire, and you renew them, you're automatically considered undocumented. Me, I remember even living in Abidjan where some Sierra Leoneans then be candid through other means. I know that when you dey honestly, I don't see them with me own eye, okay? Because the French sometimes they can be very rigid about who that then they allow na them country, who that get free movement na them country. I don't see where Sierra Leonean and they jump come on a taxi because they can get checkpoints them, strategic checkpoints them. Sometimes they can just mount checkpoints anywhere. Where you dey in a taxi with them while they go school, where then they jump come out in a taxi because they don't see a checkpoint ahead. At first, I didn't understand what was going on. And later, I was told that because they don't get paper, that make them run. And because if they catch them right now, then they go put them in a prison and then they return them. And then as a little girl, my question was like, even though they are coming from a country of war, it's like, yeah, even though they are coming from a country of war and they are refugees, they're supposed to be properly documented. So all this to say is that we get confusing messages now from the three sides. And when I say the three sides, from the Sierra Leone police, what in the Sierra Leone police, they say, tally with waiting the embassy of Sierra Leone at Conakry, they say, with the reality of waiting we see at the border in the videos that we see. So it is possible that they crack down on people them will not get proper documentation. But to say they are wicked and all of that, I know for say the French system is very different and sometimes it can be very rigid. Make we remember saying so them people they are so open gates to we, open them do much to we where bomboso happen. Right? Make we remember say some of we, as a matter of fact, we have interconnected bloods with them people they are so. Right, meaning that we have family ties with them people there. And so for me, like I see the vice president go, as a matter of fact, he go na the Parmalat border, he go meet the people then, and he assure them say, after the verification, this not to them say there was an article and there's a video to that effect. And that is why I am saying maybe, just maybe the embassy of Sierra Leone in Conakry need for get them facts then right. Because now the only distortion na the story than the way me they see right now. Okay, make like where the vice president say, then go do everything they can for reintegrate them people there so with their families them back inside Salone, no matter outside their family then they and what have you. I think that is the good solution. but also because Sierra Leone and Guinea don't get long-standing bilateral ties, extensive, deep. I also think say them for take the time, talk to the authorities concerned, which is border agency, foreign affairs, and then one and they home security, so internal security, foreign affairs, border patrol, and what have you. And they try welfare. So I think there were at least 4 ministries implicated in this whole thing, just off the top of my head. I don't know how Salone then they run the ministries them and then different portfolios them, but just off the top of my head, thinking out loud, I think these ministries are implicated. Make them all sit down at table. If they need for send a delegation to Guinea, the Guinean authority, for make them sit down, get a round table discussion, put a plan in place, put a proper plan in place, put a proper structure in place, and then try for see how best we can coexist with each other. But if, like I say, if I am to talk a little bit about this, I think this is an issue of laissez-passer, which is undocumented stay. So stay without authorization. Maybe this is what they are clamping down on. It's quite possible. But the story still they unfold, we still the follow, and if we get more updates, we go try for bring Kanayaso, and I can always say, listen, if everything was rosy, when I sit down and ask myself this question, if everything was nice and rosy, then they not mean for say people them not they travel outside of their internal borders like me na so. Obviously, I'm not in Sierra Leone. I'm outside of my internal borders, not to so. And many of us are outside of our internal borders. And by nature, we are nomads. By nature, human beings are nomads. We go wherever. We go to places, right? But many of these people, their going is not by choice. Their going is because of situation. For many of us, our going and staying and being is by choice. We made the decision, we had the choice. But for many of these people, their going and being is not by choice. Right? So make we remember that day and show empathy as we even approach the situation. If all was good and dandy, I don't think they would put themselves in a situation to be humiliated in this manner. Okay, so let us be kind with our words. Let us be kind with our reflections. Okay, now I want to close the show. The show don't run extensively long. I think I don't get an extra bonyadis even 10 years. So I want to close the show with this. So last week tragedy struck. Tragedy struck the nation of Sierra Leone. In the middle of the week, we all became numb as we heard of the news of, I call him the Creole boy we bring style back, we make style fashionable again for man. We make where you see boy pikin, you go want for see, you go gladdy for born boy pikin. Where when you see the way how he represents in country, you will be proud to be a Sierra Leonean and proud that Sierra Leone can produce such a product. To me, this young man, as a matter of fact, grew up not so far a distance from my family home in Sierra Leone. This young man and his mother and father, honestly, then grew up less than 2 minutes away from my family home, na Salone. And I'm talking about the person of Victor Oni Williams, right? We suddenly lost in life in the middle of the week last week. I will not go into the details because I'm not one to talk on speculations when I do not have certain facts to be of good convictions of what I'm saying. And so as we all sat on pins and needle awaiting and seeing, is this a misunderstanding? Is this a misinformation? Or is this truth? As the minutes and hours will go by, our bodies ran cold as it was confirmed that we own Swanky Boy, the one we make three-piece suit look good again for Sip and Boy Pikin. The one we make, I go say, Creole dressing in the terms of wearing suit come back into fashion. The one we make kaftan look so good, for Look and Boy Pikin. The one we get all the swag in every way you look at him. He made dressing up a man and looking good and presentable at every point fashionable and attractive again. Victor Oni Williams did that, and he did that, celebrating and lifting up the flag of Sierra Leone within the continent of Africa, more especially so West Africa. Our bodies ran cold when we heard the confirmation of his passing. It wouldn't be long after that, few days after that, we were sitting, reminiscing, pondering about how could it be God, how could it be that a man, a gentleman striving to become something admirable in all its form, third-year law student, almost about to complete his dreams and realize his dreams and start achieving in the sense that passion, achieving his dream for that passion because he has achieved so much already, would be snatched away from us just like that. As we sat in that stillness and in that pensive state, we started seeing pictures of an accident. And the name that will emerge is Steady Bongo. And you say to yourself, no, God, no, not this time. Please do something. And you hear news of no, he's not dead, he's alive, he's just involved in an accident. But few hours later, the news that would emerge is that he's transitioned into glory. And all of a sudden, there was a dark veil over a nation that is grappling already with so much. And for a moment, people would say, who would comfort us with words? Who will bind and unite us with words? Who will sit and really listen to our pains and struggles and bring us together collectively with one word, just a single word? Death has snatched that away from us. And so as we sit with these realities, I just want to say to the family of Steady Bongo, the family of Victor Oni Williams, we are sorry. We are pained just like you are, but our pain can never be measured to that which you are feeling right now. And so we pray that the Almighty strengthens and comforts you. And to the nation that mourns these two sons of the soil, may God give us all strength to move forward. But more importantly, may the gates of heaven be open unto them. Una thank you, una tata.
Na so we say make we rap kush na salon. but we life them.
That is so right, yeah now. What's if they do? When we bother them, they die. Push on down the hill, now them body just they try. So foot at them body, they and now they just they cry. Now we bother them foot so they swell now right. I don't know if now the chemical or what's in then they put. Best now for avoid them, nothing but the truth. Other food and they for it, come up and kush. We still bring this message so you do work for you.
Every day we they lost it man their life because of kush, yeah. Papa government, NGOs not come so we hate, yeah. You way they import kush, you know like salon, no. Now we value we like Dr. Isaac was
say that's a cushion. Me brother don't want before you time. Say that's a cushion. So we they use the knowledge my youngest. Say that's a cushion. Youth them just they die. Say that's a cushion. Sorry salon. We say that's a cushion. Hey, push for die, push for die. Say that's a cushion. Papa government help we are. Say that's a cushion. Hey, push for die, say that's a cushion. What for you say?
Papa government, only one day where they bring camp, anyone day where they sell lamb. Only Papa government jelly. They don't keep plenty you then I will learn. Innocent you them me say I will learn. Future leaders them me say I will learn. What they doing? Let's all fight them and they come and feed you cushion. What you have in my bed for? Be at home. Hey, I be that number. Mamonga, Kushi Wele, Mamonga, Papa government, Amupema, Mamu Manja, Mamupema, Kushi Inde, Abu Walo, Kushi Wele, Abenyeni, Numalo, Abu Kuli, Numalo, Abu Malo.
Say that's a cushion. Me brother don't want before you time. Say that's a cushion. So we they use the knowledge my youngest. Say that's a cushion. Youth them just they die. Say that's a cushion. Sorry salon. We say that's a cushion. Hey, push for die, push for die. Say that's a cushion. Papa government help we are. Say that's a cushion. Hey, push for die, say that's a cushion. What for you say?
Me a one pan, I traumatize. Look find a boy with the part. They may need so, but I wouldn't do it. Anyway, take a boot. In the freeze you fever robot. But you are the French boots in a salon. We not like a salon. 43 pharmacy.